Welcome to Ragamuffin Archive Revisited. I'm Joe Cook. Since 2010, Ragamuffin Archive has been on a mission to preserve and share rare and unreleased recordings from Rich Mullins, a Ragamuffin band, and the artists who worked with them or were influenced by them. Now, each week, we're taking a deep dive into our archives and beyond to share some great moments and music that you may have missed. So sit back, relax, and enjoy this week's Ragamuffin Archive Revisited.
Why do the nations rage? Why do they plot and scheme? Their bullets can't stop the prayers we pray in the name of the Prince of Peace. We walk in faith and remember long ago how they killed him, and then how on the third day he arose. Well, things may look bad and things may look grim, but all these things must pass except the things that are of him. Where are the nails that pierced his hands? Well, the nails have turned to rust, but behold the man, he is risen and he reigns in the hearts of the children rising up in his name. Where are the thorns that drew his blood? Well, the thorns have turned to dust, but not so the love he has given. No, it remains in the hearts of the children who will love while the nations rage. The Lord in heaven laughs. He knows what is to come, while all the chiefs of state plan their big attacks against his anointed one. But the church of God, she will not bend her knees to the gods of this world, though they promise her peace. Well, she stands her ground, stands firm on the rock, watch the walls tumble down when she lives out his love. Where are the nails that pierced his hands? Well, the nails have turned to rust, but not so the man. He is risen and he reigns in the hearts of the children rising up in his name. Where are the thorns that drew his blood? Well, the thorns have turned to dust, but behold the love he has given. No, it remains in the hearts of the children who will love while the nations rage. While the nations rage. Where are the nails pierced his hands? Well, the nails have turned to rust, but behold the man, he is risen and he reigns in the hearts of the children rising up in his name. Where are the thorns that drew his blood? Well, the thorns have turned to dust, but not so the love he has given. Oh, it remains in the hearts of the children who will love while the nations rage.
Okay.
Faster. Yeah, right.
Okay. Here we go again. This feels a lot like a rehearsal. This is why you guys pay money and we don't. Because we're sick of this stuff by the time we do it in front of people. Sometimes we're sick of it when we don't even know it yet. Ready?
Yeah.
It's about as useless as a screen door on a submarine. Made without words, baby. Just ain't happening. One is your left hand, one is your right. It'll take two strong arms to hold on tight. Some folks have cut off their nose just to spite their face. But I think you need some words to show for your alleged faith. Well, there's a difference, you know, between having faith and playing make-believe. One will make you grow, the other one just make you sleep. Talk about it, yeah. But I really think you ought to take a leap off of the ship before you claim to walk on water. But faith without works like a song you can't sing. It's about as useless as a screen door on a submarine. Faith comes from God, from every word that He breathes. He let you take it to your heart so you can give it hands and feet. It's gotta be active if it's gonna be alive. You gotta put it into practice. Otherwise, it's about as useless as a screen door on a submarine. Pray without words, baby. Just ain't happening. One is your right hand, and one is your left. It's your guide, your life, and your breath. Play without words, like a song you can't sing. It's about as useless as a screen door on a submarine.
Two in a row right there from Rich Mullins from their legendary Live from Studio B concert. That was Rich and the Rags with an alternate performance of the song Screen Door. Now, a lot of people don't realize that the guys actually performed that song 3 times in a row at that concert, though only the second performance was ever aired. What you just heard, well, that was take 3. Before that, kicking off our show this week, well, that was an extended version of Rich's Never Picture Perfect classic, While the Nations Rage. And, the only place that longer version of the song was ever released was on the studio series accompaniment cassette that was sold in Christian bookstores back in the day. You know, this was one of those tapes with the silver cover. You could buy these if you wanted to sing the song in church. Well, anyway, on that accompaniment tape, the song had that longer ending rather than the fade out that was heard on the album. Anyway, hello, welcome to part 1 of our 2nd anniversary special edition of Ragamuffin Archive Revisited. I'm Joe Cook. Thank you so much for tuning in. Over the next 2 weeks, we're going to be digging into our archives to play some of our favorite rare recordings from Rich Mullins and friends, so I hope you'll stay with us. Right now, here's a great performance from Mark Robertson and the Rags from their 1998 return appearance on Live from Studio B. And this is just a great song that Mark wrote for the Jesus record. It's Surely God is With Us.
Who's that man? Thinks he's a prophet. Well, I wonder if he's got something up his sleeve. Where's he from? Who is his daddy? There's rumors he even thinks himself a king of a kingdom of paupers, simpletons and rogues. The whores all seem to love him, and the drunks propose a toast, and they say, surely God is with us. Surely God is with us. They say, surely God is with us today. says he's a preacher. Well, he must be. He's disturbing all our peace. Well, take it off. What is he hiding? And every word he says, those fools believe. Who can move a mountain? Who would love their enemy? Who could rejoice in pain and turn the other cheek and still say, surely God is with us? Well, surely God is with us. Who will say, surely God is with us? Today, they say, surely God is with us. Surely God is with us. They say, surely God is with us. Blessed are the poor in spirit, heaven belongs to them. Blessed are those who make peace, they are God's children. I'm the bread of life, I'm the way. You hear that man? Believe what he says. Tell me, who's that man? They made him a prisoner. They tortured him and nailed him to a tree. Was he so bad? Who did he threaten? Did he deserve to die between two thieves? We see the scars and touch his wounds. He's risen flesh and bone. And now the sinners have become the saints, and the lost have all come home. And they say, surely God is with us. Surely God is with us. Surely God is with us. They say, surely God is with us. Today, they say, surely God is with us. Well, surely God is with us. They say, surely God is with us today. Hey, yeah.
Thanks.
This was my discovery song, really, for Rich. Somebody gave me his record, his first record, before I met him and said, you should really listen to this guy. You would really like him. And I really did. And shortly after that, I went out to his house in Ashland City to one of his all-night free-for-all parties. And had the best time. And went to several of those, really. And met his friends. And this song just was so, it was just the way he said what he had to say was so unusual to me. And it really touched me. They passed 2 by 2, started they gaze at the lights of the avenue, just like when love is new. It's Saturday night, and I know that they think I'm alone here, but I'm alright. I've got you by my side, and I'm not head over heels, and I'm not on cloud 9, and I don't think love is blind, 'cause I know that you see me, and yet you still choose to be mine. A love who will stand even when I fall down. I know you'll pick me up somehow. And you say that you love is to love with both feet on the ground. Passing by, they glide on the music as free as two birds in flight. At least they are tonight. And I'm just out of reach of the lights and the music, the silence out on the beach. I know that's where we'll meet. And I'm not head over heels, and I'm not on cloud nine. And I don't think love is blind, 'cause I know that you see me, yet you still choose to be mine. And I will stand even when I fall down. I know you'll pick me up somehow. And you say that you love is to love with both feet on the ground. And I'm not head over heels, and I'm not on cloud nine. Now I don't think love is blind, 'cause I know that you see me, and yet you still choose to be mine. A love who will stand even when I fall down. And I know you'll pick me up somehow. And you say that you love is to love with both feet on the ground.
From the first Lighthouse Coffee House tribute to Rich Mullins, held in Nashville, Tennessee, back on September 13th, 2002, that was Ashley Cleveland, backed up by Phil Keaggy, Cobra Joe, and a Ragamuffin band, and doing a fantastic rendition of a song from Rich's self-titled debut album. A great song called Both Feet on the Ground. And you know, Ashley, well, she did a really nice rendition of that song about 20 years later for the Bellsburg Project. But for my money, you just can't beat that performance with Phil and the Rags. Just great stuff right there. All right, well, here is another one of my favorite rare Rich Mullins related recordings. This is a song from an album that Rich actually produced all the way back in 1988. And this is a project that he produced for his friends in the group Choice Lifestyle. And this is a song that Rich actually wrote for Choice Lifestyle and even played on the recording. He played the lap dulcimer. But this is from their album Prisoners of Hope. It's a terrific song called One Good Turn.
night, and then she touches the rim. She's making the mist to rise, and the mist comes off the water. He spins and laughs and he leaves, and then he dances a moan. Oh, but the music is brief. Time keeps turning, one time deserves another. I'm just learning what you already know. We live but a moment, we come and we go. And the hind comes riding, racing across the sky, and he chases the winds and turns to wave goodbye to the storm that's kicking up in the middle of the day. But now the rain won't last long, soon she'll be blown away. Time keeps turning, one turn deserves another. I'm just learning what you already know. We live but a moment, we come and we go. Who knows but that you have come into this world for such a time as this? Who knows but that you have come into this world for such a time as this? Silently the evening settles within the hedge into this silhouette cradle like a bird within her nest. And the day is in its autumn when the night is in her bloom, and now the colors are falling, they're giving their way to the moon. Time keeps turning, one turn deserves another. I'm just learning what you already know. We live but a moment, we come and we go. Who knows but that you have come into this world for such a time as this? Who knows but that you have come into this world for such a time as this? Who knows but that you have come into this world for such a time as this? Who knows but that you have come into this world for such a time as this?
Hey, this is Mitch McVicker, and you're listening to Ragamuffin Archive Revisited. Leather seats, at least I've got an engine. I don't got an earring, yeah, but I got an ear to hear with. I don't hang with the right people, I'm just lucky that I got good friends. If I don't wear the latest fashions, at least I'm wearing something. So I will never be hip, never be cool, and be the talk of the town. Seems like I got things backwards and everything turned around. I'm living in a world that's upside down, and blessed are the poor in spirit. Living in a world that's inside out, blessed are the pure in heart. Inside out and upside down, yeah, but I just might see God. I just might see my God. I don't get the right haircut, but at least I've got nice hats. I don't eat in the popular restaurants, but at least I get my daily bread. I don't drive the fastest sports car, just lucky that I get around. And my house ain't much to look at, oh, but I got somewhere to lie down. And I will never be in, I will never be praised, I will never be a genius. know this all sounds crazy, but somehow it makes sense to me. I'm living in a world that's upside down, and blessed are the poor in spirit. Living in a world that's inside out, blessed are the pure in heart. Inside out and upside down, yeah, but I just might see God. I don't know the right people, but I know who can save me. I don't know the right people, but my Savior knows me. I'm living in a world that's upside down, oh yeah, and I'm living in a world that's inside out. Blessed are the poor in spirit and the pure in heart, and someday I'll see God, yeah. Living in a world that's upside down, living in a world that's inside out. Blessed are the poor in spirit, the pure in heart, and someday, someday, someday you will see God. Upside down, like we got things turned around. The world is upside down, like we got things turned around. The world is upside down.
From the Ragamuffin Archive exclusive concert film, Mitch McVicker in Concert, which was filmed in Denton, Texas by our friend TJ Thomason. That was a great performance of Mitch's song, Upside Down. And our sincere thanks to TJ for helping us make that concert video happen. All right, well, right now we have got yet another performance from one of the exclusive concerts up on the archive. And this one comes from John Atkins' 1992 concert film, Rich Mullins, The Concert as Best as I Remember It. But this is not a song from Rich. Yeah, during that tour, Rich had a few support acts. Jeff Sack, Avenue G, and this guy right here, who just a year later became one of the founding members of a Ragamuffin band. Of course, I'm talking about Jimmy Abegg. From the concert, as best as I remember it, here's Jimmy with a great performance of a song from his album Entertaining Angels, a song called If I Give In. Check it out.
I wrote a song called If I Give In, which talks about wanting to do the right thing and knowing that it takes a struggle and it takes keeping at it. In fact, that's the very thing that is the most important, is the slow, tiny, bit by bit keeping at it. So if I give in.
I'm ready when you are.
Okay.
This is a song for Uncle Ken about Bloomington, Indiana.
Well, Bloomington's a lovely town in south central Indiana. And her university stands proud, all limestone trimmed in ivy. With the aluminum siding on the houses standing near, say that it's all in the falling of so many tears. And the countryside around her lies white frosted in the winter. And her quarries look like the tombs of the kings whose souls return from heaven every weeknight promptly at 11, just to wipe them sidewalks clear of what's all in the falling of so many tears. But me, I love you always like the sun must love the morning. With the bomb ever rising, I'll be rising up in you. And I can hear you whisper with a voice as velvet as evening that you will not be leaving when this night is through. Well, the young and tender college boys, they've all gone home for summer. And the streets have been abandoned to the barmaids and the locals. And all us has-beens and us hopefuls, I got our mugs and guzzle beers, say that it's all in the falling of so many tears. It's all in the falling of so many tears.
That's good.
Well, that was one of the bonus features from my friend Andrew Montanera's documentary, The Work You Began, The Last Days of Rich Mullins. Rich right there with an intimate performance of an early unreleased song called Falling of So Many Tears. And you can watch that entire documentary as well as all the bonus material up on the Ragamuffin Archive YouTube channel, and I've included a link in the show notes for this episode up on ragamuffinarchive.com. All right, well, one of my favorite concerts up on our YouTube channel is this pro shot recording of Rich from a 1994 performance during GMA week in Nashville when he did a concert for Compassion International. But we've also got a bootleg recording of that same concert, and it's actually quite a bit longer because it includes all of the opening acts from that night, including this next artist, Phil Keaggy. And we're going to play a few songs from Phil's set right now. First up, here he is doing a medley of What a Day and Little Ones.
as King of Kings. What a day that will be. Oh, what a day that will be. 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 Who will speak up for the little ones, helpless and half abandoned? They've got a right to choose life they don't want to lose. I've got to speak up, won't you? Equal rights and equal time for the unborn children. Their precious lives are on the line. Oh, how can we be rid of them? Passing laws, passing out bills and new amendments. Pay the cost and turn about and face the young defendants. Many come and many go, conceived but not delivered, and the toll is astronomical. Oh, how can we be indifferent? Little hands, little feet, tears for him who made you. Should all on earth forsake you now, yet he'll never forsake you. Who will speak up for the little ones, helpless and half abandoned? They've got a right to choose life they don't want to lose. I've got to speak up, won't you? Forming hearts and forming minds, quenched before awakened. For so many deliberate crimes, the earth will soon be shaken. Little hands, little feet, tears for him who made you. Should all on earth forsake you now, yet he'll never forsake you. Who will speak up for the little ones, helpless and half abandoned? They've got a right to choose life. I've got to speak up, won't you? I've got to speak up, won't you? Would you welcome Randy Stonehill, please?
Sit here. I'm fine. lost its heart. For those who never learn to dream, because their hope is crushed before they can start. And we shake our fists in the air and say, if God is love, how can this be fair? We are his hands, we are his voice, we are the ones who must make the choice. And if it isn't now, tell me when. If it isn't you, tell me who will save the children. Save the children.
Seems that we don't want to face all the hungry and homeless who struggle to live. But heaven is watching tonight, tugging at our hearts to do what's right.
And we are his hands, we are his voice, we are the ones who must make the choice.
And if it isn't now, tell me when.
If it isn't you, tell me who will save the children. Save the children. I see it surfing through our TV screens. They seem so distant and unreal, but they bleed like we bleed, and they feel what we feel. Oh, save the children. Save the children. Change and throw up our hands in numb despair.
We lose a piece of our souls by teaching ourselves just how to care.
Christ would have come to the cross just to save one child from being lost.
We are his hands,
we are his voice, we are the ones who must make the choice.
and it must be now. There's no time to waste.
And it must be you. No one can take your place. Can't you see?
Only we can save
Well, from that bootleg recording of the 1994 GMA Compassion International concert, that was Randy Stonehill joining Phil Keaggy on stage for a beautiful performance of a song that they recorded together for Randy's 1984 album, Celebrate This Heartbeat, a song called Who Will Save the Children? Well, right now, we've got a song from one of my absolute favorite rare recordings that we've been able to bring you on the archive. The long out of print and extremely difficult to find 2005 Rich Mullins tribute album, Songs from Ben's House. From that album, here's Rick Elias and the Ragamuffins with a gorgeous rendition of Rich's classic, We Are Not As Strong As We Think We Are.
Well, it took the hand of God Almighty to part the waters of the sea, but it only took one little lie to separate you and me. No, we are not as strong as we think we are. And they say that one day Joshua made the sun stand still in the sky, but I can't even keep these thoughts of you from passing by. No, we are not as strong as we think we are. We are frail, we are fearfully and wonderfully made, forged in the fires of human passion, choking on the fumes of selfish rage. And with these hells and our heavens so few inches apart, we must be awfully small and not as strong as we think we are. And the Master said their faith was gonna make the mountains move, but me, I tremble like a hill on a fault line just at the thought of how I lost you. Oh, we are not as strong as we think we are. We are frail, we are fearfully and wonderfully made, forged in the fires of human passion, choking on the fumes of selfish rage. And with these hells and our heavens so few inches apart, we must be awfully small and not as strong as we think we are. And if you make me laugh, I know I can make you love me, 'cause when I laugh, I can be a lot of fun. But we can't do that, I know it is frightening. But what I don't know is why we can't hold on. We can't hold on. It took the hands of God Almighty to part the waters of the sea, but it only took one little lie to separate you and me. No, we are not as strong as we think we are. And when you love, you walk on water, just don't stumble on the waves. We all wanna go, there's something awful, but to stand there takes some grace. No, we are not as strong as we think we are. No, we are not as strong as we think we are. as we think we are.
From the Songs from Ben's House album, that was Rick Elias and a Ragamuffin Band, and we are not as strong as we think we are. Well, for the past hour, you've been listening to part one of this special second anniversary edition of Ragamuffin Archive Revisited. We hope you'll join us next week for part two. To take us out this week, I wanted to share something truly special with you. This is a never-before-heard demo, courtesy of our friend Beth Snell-Lutz of Rich Mullins' early music. And this comes from a collection of demos that Rich recorded back in 1989 for the Never Picture Perfect album. Though ultimately, this song was left off the album and Rich never released it officially himself. But it's a fantastic song, easily in my top 2 or 3 favorite Rich Mullins songs of all time. And I hope you'll enjoy this super rare demo of a song called Always Here With Me. Have a great week, everyone.
Lord, I know you're here, like a shepherd leading me out of into your peace, where the pastures are lush, the waters are cool and still. When I'm living in your love, I know you're here with me. When I walk through the valleys where the shadows hang like death, Lord, I will trust you with me, and my soul will know your rest till my cup is overflowing with the joy that comes from knowing you are here, always here with me. Lord, your rod and staff, they come and comfort me, how they bring me back. When my wandering heart bleeds, you prepared your feast of goodness and grace. You restored my soul, so may your name sake. But when I walk through the valleys where the shadows hang like death, Lord, I will trust you with me, and my soul will know your rest till my cup is overflowing with the joy that comes from knowing you are here. We're always here with me. When I walk through the valleys where the shadows hang like death, Lord, I will trust you with me, and my soul will know your rest till my cup is overflowing with the joy that comes from knowing you are here. Lord, you're always here with me.
You've been listening to Ragamuffin Archive Revisited. Thanks so much for tuning in. Be sure to follow us on social media. It's Ragamuffin Archive on Facebook, Instagram, Threads, and X. And you can reach me by email at ragamuffinarchive@gmail.com. You can also subscribe to this podcast on Mixcloud. The song you're hearing is Screen Porch by Ted Yoder. You can find more of his music at tedyoder.com or on Bandcamp. Join us next time for another deep dive into the archive. I'm Joe Cook. Have a great week.